Yeah, that's cool. So what I did was I'm using my cell phone as my go live, and I got my laptop set up over here so I can see the chats because when I use my phone, I only see one chat and then it disappears. So see how many people come on. Got any questions for me while you're on there? Man, it's still hard for me to see this. Finally made it. Yeah, I saw your comments earlier today, man. It's pretty cool. Actually, I can see that pretty good on this. I can see it better on my cell phone. They kill the volume on this. Cool. Well, I wish I could lower that camera a little bit, but it is what it is, man. She's the only one. There's 3 people on here now. Got any questions for me? Whacked my finger up today. Let me find that little devil maker. What I do? Oh. So I got 3 of these. It's a pipe vise, and I really like these. My piece of cotton. I really like this because when you get it on there, it stays on it. Well, this is too small, but you know what I'm saying. When you get it on there, it locks. It don't come off. You have to turn it to get it to come off. Anyways, see them teeth on there? I was holding on to a pipe and turned, and it jumped. Oh my god, dude! It actually took a big hole out of my finger. Anyways, enough of whining. And no, I didn't get no. What do they call it? Electrical tape. No electrical tape. No problem, man. Take time. I ain't going nowhere. There's 6 people on here. Got any questions for the Ray Man? I got my laptop set up over here. I'm trying to read both of them. I can follow along on my laptop just as good on the cell phone. Cell phone, I can only see one little thing at a time. It's kind of hard. It's got a better camera on it. Can you hear me okay? Anyways, I'll wait for a couple people to come on. So I'm kind of hang out in the shop. You know, no, I'll move you. Keep you over here. I had to go back to Harbor Freight today. And that's like a porn shop for me. You know what I'm saying? You just go in there, you just lose your mind. Anyway, I picked me up some new Icon ratchets or wrenches. It's got the open end. I wanted the ones that have the little extensions on it, but these were just this set was $150. That's way too much money, man. Let me turn that fan down a little bit. Anyways, That's quite a bit delay on my laptop versus the cell phone. Hello, how long have you been in the trades? I've been in apartment maintenance for 32 years. Yeah, about right. 30, I would say 34 years. Because when I was 18, I started working for a guy um, on the east side of Dayton, and we moved mobile homes, you know. And he taught me how to work on electrical a little bit. It was like a summer job kind of thing, but then I went from that to working on metal roofing. Uh, what's your opinion on Ryobi? It's a starter tool, you know. I personally I've had maybe two Ryobi tools. Is that Ryobi? Yeah, and that was, man, back in the '90s. I mean, they work fine. I don't care what you use, man. DeWalt, Milwaukee, Porter Cable, Ryobi. I don't care. It to me it doesn't matter. Using a drill that's a Ryobi. I mean, Ryobi's got some. They got some cool tools. You know, they've got a whole line of battery operated tools. To each his own, man. You know, I'm not going to bash anybody else's tools because it's a whole lot better than having to hand drill it. You know what I mean? It really doesn't matter what kind of tool you use. If it's what you can afford, it's what you want. For instance, let's see if I got it in here now. Let me get it out. I have a Milwaukee. It's a power. It's a drill. You know, it's 12 volt, and it'll do hammer setting. You know, and I bet I've used it 2 times. That's my 12 volt hammer drill. I love this little guy. You'll see. I got a video coming up next week where I cut my finger today, putting in an outside spigot. But I got this a while back for drilling holes in concrete and kind of chipping it out. It's 12 volt. That's bad. The only thing I think is kind of messed up is it will only drill. You know what I mean? It doesn't take regular bits. I forget what they call it. What is that, SD bit or whatever? You know, it's that funky bit. But it only drills. You can't put a chipper bit in it. And I thought, that's stupid. Because it's right here in the transmission. Is all you're doing is disengaging the transmission. And it's still got the impact. You know what I mean? So why didn't they... But if you buy the 20 volt that looks just like this, it chips. Anyway. I got a whole bunch of those. Let's see what else we got here. What's your opinion, Robbie? Awesome. Let me see. I started. On your corded Black & Decker. Yeah. You know Black & Decker owns DeWalt, or AKA. Which one is it? I can't remember which one it is. DeWalt owns Black & Decker, or Black & Decker owns DeWalt. Whatever. They're in cahoots together. They're the same company now. But it's Black & Decker. Black & Decker used to be, you know, kind of like Ryobi is. Beginner tools. Started cheap battery op tools now. But back in the day, it was Black & Decker. Yeah. Because back in my day, growing up, it was Craftsman. And now I call it Crackman. That's the cheapest freaking tools. Jeez. Cheap tools. 8-foot extension cord. Yep. Bro, we all been there, man. I started out with my first Sawzall was electric. It was DeWalt. That thing would freaking beat you to death. Yeah, it's an SDS bit. Thanks, man. Jason. Milwaukee 12s is my favorite tool now. I just don't care for it. I have a whole allotment of Milwaukee tools, and I don't care for any of their freaking 12-volt drills. None of them. If you watch enough of my videos, you know that's the freaking cool tool, man. It only does 1/2 inch and 3/4, but that's all I freaking cut anyways. And DeWalt just came out with an attachment for a drill. That's the stupidest looking thing I ever. That thing is huge, man. Have you seen those? And then I got my little mini cutter. This is why I hate Milwaukee, because they got computer chips in here, right? And the computer chip, if you slightly overload it, it shuts down. It's AKA, I'm going to save my own ass. You know what I mean? So it shuts down to keep you from burning the freaking motor out. There's motion in the parking lot. Anyways. So it irritates me, because if I'm cutting something, I have to go real slow, because if you get it in a bind, it senses it's in a bind and shuts down. You know, for the cut your fingers off. That I bought this for doing PVC for condensation lines, stuff like that, because I was cutting so much. At the previous property I was at, I was going through, I would say 100 foot of 3/4 inch condensation lines a week. And it wasn't that old of a complex either. But what it was they used some really super thin condensation lines, and they didn't have traps in them, or they had really long traps, like 4-foot long traps. So we'd go in there to blow them out or clean it. There was no clean outs in the condensation line, so you'd have to cut it. When you cut it, the line would blow up, because it was that old, thin, fragile stuff. So that's why I bought that. Being lazy. I'm on 12 volts. I have 12 volt oscillating. A tool by Milwaukee. It cuts off on the 3 or 4 times. Yeah, that's why I don't like. Milwaukee. 12 volts. I've got 3 of the big 18 6-amp batteries that I bought for like my leaf blower and my Milwaukee cordless air compressor. I use the crap out of that thing. But yeah, the Milwaukee's to cut in and out, man. Oscillating tool. Volt. I use the crap out of it. This never stops. You pull that trigger, it's on, bro. So that thing could cut a tree down. I used this when I was working on the truck to cut the leaf spring bolts. 15 minutes, man, non-stop, and didn't die. I used I got a bunch of these 5-amp battery, or 5-amp hours. The 5 amps, the last one. Put it in the hole. So what we got going on here? Oh, worked on a truck again today. You guys probably hate that when I upload those videos about me working on the truck. I'll tell you the reason why I do that. Because I didn't want to make another channel just for working on the truck, okay? And there's like little to no decent videos on working on the Dodge Dakota. So I thought, well, I'm going to be tearing this freaking thing apart, so might as well just do a couple videos on it. Didn't intend to go as far as it did, but that's just me, bro. So I got the front of the axle. Let's see. The last video I just uploaded day before yesterday, I think it was Wednesday. It was me putting the axle, the driver's side or passenger side A-arms stuff back on. That's all back off. Because I wasn't thinking. I had to take the A-arms back off, take the axles back out, and then I had to drop the whole front axle to get to the oil pan because I had to replace the oil pan gasket. But then today I got out there and messed around with it because I took a half a day and dropped the axle out of the way and went to got all the bolts out of the oil pan and it wouldn't drop down because the freaking rack and pinion was holding it up. I've literally tore the entire drive system out of that truck now. So the axle, what is it? The axle and the oil pan, I degreased. It's sitting in the tent, and I've got to tomorrow I'm gonna pressure wash it, clean it up real good, because I also got to drop the transmission pan, put new filters in and stuff. You'd think I was a freaking mechanic. Anyways, yep, John DeWalt all day. I started apartment maintenance 30 plus years ago, 32, 34 years ago. Anyways, my first cordless tool was a 18 volt DeWalt, little bitty thing. Changed my whole life. Helped me to speed up a little bit, you know. Of course, all I had was a corded DeWalt drill. You guys got any questions, man? Come on, give me some questions. Everybody some questions. Can you guys hear me all right? I figured you can. Now remember the Milwaukee 28 volt system? Nope. I'm not a Milwaukee fan. You would think that I was because of all the Milwaukee stuff I have. These cabinets are red, but they're Huskies. Yeah, my cabinets are Huskies. That big boy there is a Husky. I have a lot of pack out. The pack outs are the shit, man. You can't beat a pack out. But no, I don't remember 28 volt Milwaukee's. Prove my heroes money on my way to work. Oh shit. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I can't even pronounce your name, bro. I'm gonna call you Shaq. S-H-A-K. Anyways, the whole fiasco with the truck, it started with the water pump. I was going to go to the junkyard that morning. This is a year ago. I was going to go to the junkyard that morning, and I was going to get the door switch cover. That's it. And when I walked down the hill, I saw underneath the truck a puddle. When I got to looking, it was a water pump. I don't know if you watched that video, bro. That was horrible trying to get that water pump off. I had to take a pry bar to it. Shaq Zilla. That's funny, bro. Zilla. Hey, do you guys ever... You guys probably don't. There's a channel, Zoom Zuma or Zoom Z or Zoom Zuma. Zuma. I think that's what it is. Anyways, the guy is hotel maintenance. And this guy is just freaking awesome, dude. He sits around the shop and talks a lot. But anyways, he was posting and I'm a subscriber to his channel. Super cool guy. I'm a subscriber to almost everybody that says apartment maintenance because I want to see what they're doing versus what I do. Just being nosy. But anyways, this guy, man, he made a video every freaking week, nonstop. Almost sometimes twice a week, doing great. And bam, he disappeared, man. He hasn't posted a video in a month, because I checked his channel out last night, and he hasn't posted for a month, and I sent him an email, but I don't know. People, this whole is weird, man, because Dave from Denver, which is Apartment Maintenance Pro, he got shamboozled by a tenant or a corporation or something. He's not allowed to do videos in apartments anymore. Someone rated him out. Someone ratted him out. He was making videos of people's apartments and was about to lose his job. Yeah, I know. I figured that's what happened. And he's got my phone number. Me and him's text. We were actually going to do a live stream, the two of us together. But on his end, he sent me the link, but I couldn't hear him. You know, and then tried to figure out how to do the add a person, but then I'm like, I'm not all that. It'd be cool. I'll leave that up to the HVAC guy. What's his name? Refrigerant dude out of Arizona. Super smart guy, but he's got somebody on there every freaking day. I've been out there in apartments trade since 21. Well, you just a newbie then, ain't you? Ringmaster 764. Just getting in, huh? Got your HVAC? Make some money. Got that HVAC, man. He can make some money. Yeah, he's great. I watch his channel. Dang, you're right. Haven't seen him lately. You talking about Zuma? John? You talking about Zuma? Yeah, because he hasn't posted, bro, for a long time. But it's been a month since his last video. Yeah. See, that's why you got to watch when you're doing these videos. It's a privacy thing. You can't put the tenants on in their residence. Because it's a privacy issue. And my manager, she knows I have this channel. And we talk about it all the time. And my regional knows I have this channel. And they're cool with it. Like I said, I don't do any videos where I show the tenant or any of their photographs. I did do one. I caught some pictures in the hallway, and I thought about going back and editing that out, but that's been a long time. Yeah, Zuma, man. I hope he's all right, man. I really do. I mean, if I had a phone number, man, I'd call him, but I'll send him emails, ask him if he's all right. No, got out in 20. I'm sorry. My bad. You got out and got into commercial HVAC. That a boy. I got my universal status. I'm legally allowed to work on commercial units, and but I didn't do anything with it. I'm a self-taught boiler operator from back in the day. I can work on a boiler. Well, I have two at the other property, but I never got into commercial stuff, you know. But I do some little stuff here, like the refrigerators, and I just saved. I was going to do a video on it, and I thought nobody's going to really want to see this, but I should have, because it was pretty cool. I had I call them window units. You know what I mean? They're big wall units. They slide in a hole in the freaking wall. Well, I have a couple of those here and a couple of the other property. And it's set out back all winter long, and then I bring it in here because I had a unit go out, and I took the cover off, and it was missing the cap. I don't know. I guess I took it out. So I put a new cap in it, and I ran it for about 15 minutes, and it wouldn't get below 66, which is what the temperature is in here. And so I put a tap on it, and it's 410, so I put a tap on it and added just a little bit of juice. And it seemed to be working great. I put it in somebody's apartment. So how do you like the commercial HVAC? Yeah, check. Yeah, it's an invasion of privacy. I'm an invasion of privacy. Think about it, bro. I'm in everybody's shit. I get. Of course, I'm not digging nobody's panty drawer either, but it's a joke, man. I'm just messing. I'm just playing. You guys watch that HVAC guy? He's pretty cool. Ooh, ooh, I touched it. Hold on. What up, Dave? Happen? Man, I just messed this all up. Let's see if I can take this off. Hold on a second. There we go. That boy. Chief. What's up? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Minus my finger. It wasn't just a cut, bro. I'm just so you know. It wasn't just a cut. It actually took the size of a pencil eraser. That's how big the flesh it gouged out of my finger. But I quit my babysitting. Yeah, them rooftops, man, they're big boys. That one guy, what is his name? You guys are going to know him. He does Reliable HVAC. I think that's what it is. I think it is. Real nice guy. He does live streams like all the freaking time. He's out of air. I think he's out west somewhere. Anyways, he's always working on those rooftops. Of course, that's all that's out there. Rooftops. 15 ton. Jeez, that's a big freaking air conditioner, man. That's a big air conditioner. So I got a video coming up. It's funny. You ever do something so freaking much? Hold on. In some 20 split systems older than me. 1960. What? Oh, yeah. Well, you know, them older units, man, them old schools, they'll last freaking forever. I still got a half a dozen of those old 22 units on my buildings. They keep running. They're like little tanks, dude. It's the new stuff. It's like a freaking Milwaukee drill. Dude, I'm just messing, bro. Yeah, that new stuff, it's not designed for longevity. You know, that's one of the reasons why they got rid of R22. Think about it, bro. They get rid of them old 22 units that force you into 410, and then they come out and say, nope, we're going to get rid of 410. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them big units up on like commercial shopping centers and stuff like that. Those huge big ones. Yeah. They're huge, dude. They're bigger than a minivan. Anyways. So, I did have a question for you. Hold on. Get my finger out of it. Have you guys seen those magnets? It's this, but it's instead of a sticker, it's a magnet. You seen those? I got them on down there. Let me know what you think about that. I'm that close, man. So just start giving that crap away. Because I bought a bunch of it and it cost me a bunch of money, and I've only had one person actually buy it. I mean, $6 a sticker. Maybe I should. You know what? I think I'll drop it now. I'm just gonna have to get rid of them, man. You know, I'm not gonna die some old man with 1,000 stickers in my apartment. Anyways, guys got any questions, man? Anything you want to talk about besides me rambling? Anyways, there we go. Yeah, they've got them. There's almost every apartment complex has those, and the ones that they have on the back of it, it says what you did basically. It's an information sticker, is all it is. But I just thought those were cool, man. That's why I made them up. But those magnets are cool. It's the sticker, but it's a magnet. If someone is similar and never use an apartment without it. Well, at least leave my keys. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about leaving the keys in the door. Somebody walk by and steal your keys. So, so you guys, is everybody here work on in apartment maintenance? If so, do you work in a newer complex or old one? There we go. You goofy, bro. You goofy. Get teary-eyed. You goofy. You know, the thing about apartment maintenance, man, you work in a brand new complex. 7 years? Jeez, asphalt hasn't even cured up. 300 units. Wow, that's a bunch. How many you guys, how many workers or how many maintenance guys got with you? Yeah, those new properties with the new warranties and stuff like that, they're nice, but they're also a pain in the butt. Is that all you do? Dave was commercial. Yeah, that's what you said. Commercial units, three of us. Yeah, I bet, Shaq. I bet there's. I worked at a complex that had. It was 560 or something like that apartments, and there was four. There was four maintenance guys and a supervisor. Supervisor didn't do nothing, sat in the shop all day. But that was back in the day. Anyways, so I got a video coming up. It's funny. It's funny. You ever do something so much, it's like you don't see the obvious right in front of you? We all have done it. What this video is kind of comical. I go in on the sink drain. The tenant called it in saying it fell apart. It was leaking. He tried to tighten it up or whatever. So I go in there and the P-trap is backwards. You know, drop and then connect to the wall. You know, it drops down and then goes to the wall. It was backwards. And it was funny because I walk in there and I'm checking out the top of it and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. I know what's wrong with it. Plumbing was full of PVC, shaved, clogging water lines up. Yeah. Yeah, you must be down south, Ringmaster, because up here you don't run PVC. You blow out. Why do you always wear the Milwaukee gloves? Everyone seems to be wearing them now, but I feel like I can't wear those gloves. Lefty. You know how many times I've been in the hospital with this hand? I've almost cut this finger completely off. Probably can't see it, but from here all the way down. You know, there's a little hook tools. It looks like a screwdriver, but it's a hook. I was pulling on I had it hooked. I was pulling on a spring, and the freaking spring broke. Ran that blade right up my arm. Anyways, the reason why I wear those gloves all the time is because they're flexible. I don't have any in here. Or do I do, but they're in the toolbox, and this is sitting on top. Anyways, so the Milwaukees, you can get them in their M1 class or M1 cut. They're AKA somewhat cut resistance. So if you're like cutting something with a blade, it will help to prevent from cutting yourself. That's the reason why I wear gloves all the time. Because, see, if I don't have a glove on, I'm going to get cut every freaking time. There's another one for you. I just did that video where I replaced that faucet, that tub faucet, and the spout, that brass fitting that had to slide on to to the copper. If you saw the video, you'll see that I got a hold of it and ranked it around, trying to squeeze it on there. And just as I turned, I pulled back because I felt it break the skin because that brass was so sharp. I didn't have my gloves on. You know, I just like them. It gives you a little grip too. All commercial buildings started in apartments 30 years ago. What? All commercial building started off in apartment mains 30 years ago. I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, wearing the gloves is cool. I always carry the black gloves, latex, with me in my bag. So 98.99% of the time, I have black gloves on when I'm working on drains, especially toilets, because that's nasty. I've seen some nasty crap. But anyways, what was I going to talk about? Commercial buildings. I forget what I was going to talk about. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So, I was a contractor. I used to be a contractor years ago. I made fat money, man. I'm not going to lie, dude. I made freaking killer money. I did some beautiful renovations and stuff. But it was very, very stressful. Especially at that time it was back in early 2000s. But because of the housing crunch in 08, I had to get back into apartment maintenance. Well, I had to feed the family. So the only thing I could get quick was apartment maintenance. And that's how I fell back into apartment maintenance. And once I got back into it, I'm like, man, this is nice, a steady paycheck. Versus being a contractor, you're always chasing the dollar. Always. So that's the reason why I'm in apartment maintenance. Because I can go anywhere. You know, I get to do what I like to do, which is fix stuff, and I clock out and go home. And I don't have to deal with it when I clock out. Yeah, the Venom gloves, that's what I wear too. Yeah, working on that nasty steel black pipe, galvanized. That's pretty cool. There he is, Mac. T-Mac, the plumber, is in the house. Atta boy. I'm glad to see you, man. I'm glad you're doing much better. Dude, I'm old school, Mr. Mac. Old school. I started out, I'm going to say 94-ish. I started out working in rooming houses. If you don't know what that is, that's nasty. Rooming houses up and down North Main in Dayton, which is a really bad area. It's horrible now. It's atrocious now. But back then, it wasn't too hateful. A lot of drugs, a lot of crime, a lot of violence. Anyways, so that's how I got into doing maintenance and working on plumbing, is because they didn't care as long as it worked. It didn't have to be pretty. It didn't have to be up to code, just as long as it worked. So this old man on North Main, it was North Main Hardware. Every time I would have to fix something, I would go in there to look for the part. And he would explain to me how A and B works. You know, like the old faucets, how you have to take them apart. You know, and that's how I learned the plumbing. And plus, I bought some books back in the day. You could buy them at Lowe's. They had a shelf where you could buy how-to books. Well, I bought plumbing, tile, framing, all this stuff. And the plumbing books, it always had the pictures, diagrams on, you know, how the plumbing works and how the drains work and the vent stacks and all that. Well, that's how I learned how to clean drains and how to plumb. You know, I remember my first time soldering. I didn't know what flux was. It was funny, man. I'm like burning that pipe is black as shit, bro, and it wouldn't take that solder for nothing. Oh my gosh, it was funny. I still remember that to this day, man. Me down there in that boiler room trying to solder that pipe together, bro. It was funny. It was funny. But now, you know, on HVAC, they've got that, was it clear something, where guys are soldering HVAC lines together. Apparently, they know what they're doing. You know, these companies that designed that, apparently they know what they're doing because the pressures and the temperature swings, man, is crazy. That's why you can't solder regular solder. You can't solder HVAC lines together because of the expansion and contraction, the cold, the hot. It's always changing. The copper's always moving. That's the reason why you have to braze them together. I know I'm going to get somebody to say something. I cured that, bruh. Blam! I don't know if you've seen the video. I started using these. Profits. They're like shark bites for HVAC. And they're warranted for 50 years. I'll be gone by then. And I pulled, I don't know if you watched my last HVAC video or not, but I have a really nice vacuum unit. And I pulled that bad boy down to 125 micron. Yeah, I think it's holding the vacuum, bro. And that was using 4 of these. You got 2 on the rooftop and 2 in the furnace. That was that retrofit I did where I took the 22 coil out of the furnace and put a 410 coil in the furnace, which it's like a slab coil. It's not an A coil. I don't know if you watched it or not, but it's pretty cool. I like to do stuff like that where you see a problem and you come up with a solution, because I did a swap out last year where I actually took the furnace out and replaced it with a brand new one and a new AC, the whole 9 yards. And the AC and furnace together costed $2,700. Then you got my labor. It only took me about 8 hours to actually install it, but then I had to redo all the drywall and stuff. And man, I spent like 3 days working on it. So to retrofit, which is put a 22 coil in there, or I mean a 410 coil in there, it actually worked. It worked out pretty freaking good. I mean, I've done that with regular split systems, where it's got like I did one, I think it's almost 2 years now, where it was an old aquifer, I think that's how you call it. It uses hot water to heat the apartment, and it had a slab coil in there. And I took it out, and it was a 22, took it out and put a A coil 410 in. And that was kind of a retrofit, but I thought it was good because me doing that swap out with putting the slab 410 in there, the A coil only costed it's like $170, and I already had the air conditioner on the roof. Well, I had to move the AC over, but you know, so it wasn't that big of a deal to switch it over. But well, I got you on here. Hit that like button. Show me some love, bro. Show me some love, man. Ugh. Apartment maintenance and plumbing is a recession-proof job. You know what I'm saying? Recession-proof. course, you know we got hard times coming, man. Go there. But at least we got, if you're in the apartment maintenance field, you always got a job. And you can always go anywhere and get a job. My friend says ProFit is our for. Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, I understand because I'm against shark bites, and that's what those are, basically shark bite. I'm 100%, man. If you're in a wall, let's do it right. I'm not supposed to be brazing in a wall, but that plumbing job I just did with the faucet, it was straight through, so I wasn't too worried about catching anything on fire. Plus, I had fire extinguisher with me. But shark bites, I don't like them at all. I've seen them blow out too many times. But with my circumstances, rooftops, it's just really windy up there, and I can't braze. I'd have to, shield it and get in there, and when you got to braze lines together, then you also have you have to run the nitrogen through there, and that's another tank on the roof, plus the oxygen settling up on the roof, and it's all this stuff. But for me, it's a lot smarter to spend the $27 a piece and click those together, and we're good to go. So for me, instead of spending an hour on a rooftop trying to braze stuff together because I got a wind, click and go, bro. But yeah, I'm against it. Shark bite. But also downstairs when I did the connection for the coil, there was no way I was going to braze. There's all the insulation. I'm inside the apartment. It's an occupied apartment, so there was no freaking way I was going to braze the lines together inside that coil. Apartment, man. Let's see who we got here. Bill, what's up, Bill? Mr. Bill's in the house. Apartment maintenance, not in the budget. Always fix the same AC every year. Better be good at it then. You know what I'm saying? If you work at a property and they're like, no, we're not replacing it. Okay, well then fix it. You know what I mean? If you got an AC now, when I was at my last property, we started a chart because apparently they blew through like 8 containers of freaking refrigerant the previous year before I got there. So what I did was I started to chart every single time that my maintenance guy went out and had to add. He had to write down what apartment, the date, and how much he added to it. So the next year when we went out, if we had just added like a half a pound or more to the system the previous year, then what we would do is do evac, pressure test, find the leak, or we'd take the little sniffer around, if it was a bad leak, like more than a pound, yeah, we're pulling the juice out, we're going to find a leak. So that's what we did, and it cut our refrigerant in half, just that first, aka second year. That would have been my second summer there, but that's what we did there. It was pretty cool. My maintenance guy didn't like it though. What's up, John? Been doing apartment maintenance for 4 years now. Just wish they had paid. What? Hold on. Let me see where you went. Just wish they paid better conditions. You're a plumber. Oh yeah, well, join the field, bro. In PA. Well, $20 is not bad. It depends on your living environment. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing apartment maintenance, and you're making $20 an hour, and you can sustain your decent living at $20 an hour, I don't know what your cost of living is where you live. You know what I mean? Here, yeah. Here in Ohio, $20 an hour is it's a low end. Well, medium end, I should say, for apartment maintenance. If you've got the skills and you got HVAC You can make 26, or you can make 25 plus an hour at apartment maintenance. I can't tell you what I make. Can't do it. Sorry. I would like to brag about it. No, I'm just joking, bro. I've been doing HVAC for 20 years. This is Bill. Been doing HVAC for 20 years. It's not about knowing. Knowledge for me, it's kind of hard for me to see that. For me, it's not spending. Yeah, well, yeah, you'll get that with apartment complexes, man. They don't want to spend money. I kind of got pretty blessed the last three companies I worked for, where I didn't have the last property I worked at. They didn't have a fucking budget at all, dude. I was spending 15 grand a week, but I was also doing all the renovations. I was buying, 3 or 4 apartments worth of cabinets at a pop. I was having brand new carpets installed. We were doing, furnace upgrades, all kinds of stuff. But I was also kind of. See what else? Ray, did you see that the Maintenance Pro YouTube got in trouble? Yeah, most of us know it. He got, I think he got busted for video recording in someone's apartment. I don't know the exact details. I know I have his phone number with text, but I've just never gotten all personal with him. We were supposed to do a live together, but there was something wrong with the communication, and I could see him, but I couldn't hear him. So I don't know what's up with that. I was just repeating that because I can't see your name, bro. Anyways, Fernando. Okay, sorry. I was just repeating what I said earlier to Fernando. Ringmaster had dead at least and just fixed and leak in water. Houston, Texas. So you down there in Houston, Texas? Oh yeah, I bet you got a lot of busted water lines in the ground down there in Texas. $5 in petty cash and told me to get it fixed. Oh, that's funny, bro. I'd be like, no, you take the $5 and you fix it. You know what I'm saying? You go fix it. That's crazy, man, with these, these apartment managers. Dude, I could do a whole freaking video on apartment managers. Apartment managers want to get it done, boy. Oh. You know how many jobs I've walked away from because of attitudes like that from apartment managers? See you, babe. I'm out. Don't talk to me like that. There's a little bit of pride. Pride to get you, bro. You gotta watch that. Think you're better than everybody else. Well, yeah. Anyways, long story. But yeah, property managers, man, they don't want to spend no money. You know why? Anyways, I'll tell you why. Because they get a bonus check every month for staying under budget. So let's just say they have a budget of $1,500 a month for maintenance supplies, vendor expenses, right? But if they can cut that down so that they're not spending that, they get a bonus. That's the reason why managers don't want to spend no freaking money. And they'll give you that line of shit all day long that, it ain't in the budget and blah, blah. Yeah, I know it ain't in the budget. It's because you want to pocket that money. That's why. Do the math. Okay? Just do the math on it. So if an apartment complex, just say it's like 200 units, okay? And it's privately owned, they done paid for that place. And if they've owned the complex for, say, 10 years or more, they're making hand over fist on that property. They're all payroll. It's all payroll to them. But if a company is just managing the property, they have to work within a budget. And I understand that. But, that $5 crap, here's $5, fix it. No, that ain't going to happen. I keep telling my manager, I spend more on tools than you pay me in a year. You know what I'm saying? I spend more on tools than they pay me. Trying to read this. Ringmaster used to hate when they did have leasing contests. Agents, but maintenance would have to get. Yeah, I always think that's BS over the leasing agents. They get a commission check. They get a commission every time they lease an apartment. So I don't know about all complexes on how much they pay, but here in Ohio, the leasing agents will get like a $25, $30 bonus for every apartment they rent. That's why they push it. That's why you'll see a bunch of little pretties, you know what I'm saying, leasing apartments, because they're using their voussoir to get people to sign that freaking paper. Oh, it's all BS. William, we got quarterly bonus of $1,900, but if we didn't meet no, then they always hit. Not every tech got. Yeah, it's messed up, ain't it? The reason why I'm here at this complex is because of this. The last complex I worked at, when I started there, they had, I forget how many units exactly were there, but I know it was like 300 plus. So there were 54 apartments in that complex that were offline. That means they needed all new kitchen, bathroom floors were caved in, blah, 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 right? So when the owner hired me, they said, we don't have a budget, so don't ask about a budget. If you need something, buy it. Okay. So she came in about 2 months after I was there. We walked apartments and we discussed the cabinetry. She said, order. Okay. So in 1 year, almost to the day, I flipped 54 apartments, total renovate, new carpet, new floor, or new walls, new kitchens, new bathrooms, everything brand new, right? On top of, with working with my maintenance guy, we also kept all the maintenance in check. I mean, it fluctuated, but, and then the move outs and move ins, we always had those added to the pile. So on top of doing the 54 units, we also kept the property running. So at the end of the year, I put well over $50,000 per month back in the owner's pocket that they didn't have before I started there. And I was supposed to get a $5,000 bonus when I hit 100. When I left shortly after that because they denied me my bonus. Peace. You ain't screwed me out of money. I just put $50,000 back in your pocket every month, and you're going to screw me out of $5,000? I'm out. So that's the reason why I'm here. Mm-hmm. Net operation income now. Robert White. What's up, Rob? What's my least thing, the least favorite part about apartment maintenance? I don't know. It's all about the same. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what it is to fix. I don't know. What's your least favorite thing, Robert? Or Rob White? What's your least favorite thing about apartment maintenance? Lawrence County, Ohio. West of Cleveland. Not too far away, bro. Cleveland, that's about 3 hours. Ish. I'm in Dayton, so not that far away. I'd come up there and poke you in the other freaking eye. I'm just joking, bro. Messing with you. Least favorite thing. Huh. Let me think about that. I really don't have. You know, I could turn that around. Hold on a second. Let me move you. My neck's starting to hurt. A little better. I really don't have. EPA. I think the worst thing the biggest thing that is a dislike to me is when tenants put in a work order and they've got a freaking paragraph. I gotta read it, you know? I'm like, this is stupid, dude. What's wrong? Toilet's backed up. Okay, whatever. I didn't need to. Or they'll sit and they'll try to blame it on the maintenance, and I'm the one reading the freaking work order. Previous maintenance, well, whatever. I just let people ramble, man. I don't really care. Being on call. I got one for you. Ringmaster. Mr. Masters. I got one for you. I'm on call 24/7. Have been for the last 2 years. And I live on the property. But I take good care of the property, so I don't have any after hour calls. My least favorite got the sewer backup. My favorite would be electrical. Mr. John. Sewer backs up, you know. I don't mind. I don't. The only problem I got here is about every 6 months that one main drain will back up. But, you know, not my job. I just call somebody. And guess who I call? I call my son out. Boy, come here, clean this. He works for Roto-Rooter. He makes, you know, this is stupid. Let me tell you this story. My son works for Roto-Rooter, right? Which is a sewer line company. They come out and they clean drains out, right? Well, they got the big machines. I don't have the big machine to do the main line. I can do everything else. But anyway. So, him to come out, clean the main drain line out. He got paid, or the whole job is $800. He got paid $123. Like, that don't make any sense. But I guess he only gets paid like 20%. But he's only been there for 2 months, so it is what it is. These favorite got sewer. Yeah, it was when the tenants put in a work order and then don't want you. Oh yeah, that'll irritate the freaking snot out of you. That's what it is. My least favorite thing about apartment maintenance is when the tenant puts in a freaking work order and they make it out to be a big deal, but they don't want you to come until after 3 o'clock, and it's plumbing. That pisses me off, because if I get there and I only got 1 hour, if I can't fix that in 1 hour, see you tomorrow. I had one tenant that refused to let me in an apartment, and their air conditioner was leaking into the unit below. Went downstairs to the basement, killed the power to the whole freaking apartment. Fixed that, didn't I? You know what I'm saying? She called me back. Everything. Yeah, them tenants have put in some stupid freaking work orders, man. They're stupid about it. But it is. It's just nature of the beast, though, man. You know, it really sucks to being on call, though. You know, all the time. Kind of sucks. But I live here, and I don't go anywhere. Want to hear a sad story? I don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave Band-Aid. I don't leave the city that I live in unless I absolutely have to. Sorry. No, I'm saying, right? Give me some life, bruh. Well, how's you guys doing there, Mr. Plumber? T-Mac? Yeah, T-Mac, the scripture. Look, I'll let you know this right now. Okay. Oh, crap. What'd I do? Sorry. Um, I am a born-again believer, Jesus Christ, a.k.a., well, the world knows him, Jesus Christ. His name is Yeshua. Anyways, I try to, I just get kind of caught up in what I'm doing in the mornings and going here, and I don't always videotape what I'm doing. There's a lot of times where I gotta go, Um, but I do daily prayer, daily, spend time with the Lord. But I don't want it to come across as being that I use that to get people to watch my channel. But then again, I get that little poke, man. And when I do get the poke, that's when I'll listen to the Lord. He speaks to my heart about saying something genuine, to people, and you'll get that. I'll put up a little shorty video about you're worthy or you're a good person. I'll throw some scripture up there. The Lord put it on my heart. It's for somebody. I don't care what you're doing, man. If somebody says something, some scripture that has some heartfelt meaning behind it, somebody needed to hear that. Somebody needed to hear that. I'm not trying to hide it. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep my channel as clean as possible. I tell you a story. Want to hear a good story? I was hardcore, man. Both my kids and my wife, we went to church every Sunday. I played bass guitar in my church. Me and the drummer were really good friends. My wife, she sung in the choir. We went to church every Sunday for a long time. It's like 12 years. Hardcore. But pride to get you, man. I'll take the blame for it. Stopped going to church, and it just, everything fell apart. Long story short, I got full of pride, big time. It was all about me. I did this. I'm doing that. I had, here we go. I got it back. I was in an apartment maintenance supervisor, and I was making somewhere around 50,000, 60,000, something like that a year off the job. But then I also owned a lawn care company, and I made probably another 60 grand a year off of that. And on top of that, I was painting apartments in the afternoons. If I wasn't cutting grass, I was painting apartments, and I was making $5 grand a month off of that. It's making good money. Making fat money. Dude, I was rolling around a brand new freaking diesel truck. It's fat money. Anyways, got all prideful, bro. Pride comes before the fall. And let me tell you, son, I hit the ground hard. You know, as I said, ex-wife. Yep. I'm not going to hate on her. But she got a boyfriend at work. And that's why I'm not married. Then after that, shortly thereafter that, not too much detail, but we ended up getting divorced, like real quick, like within a month and a half, 2 months we was divorced. I ended up losing my job. I'd already sold off my lawn care company before the divorce. I quit doing apartment painting, and I was just doing maintenance. I had to drop my income down. She was working, you know. But anyways, so I lost my job, moved out of town, and I got a little crazy, man. Went in a bad place, bro. Got tied up in some drugs. I hadn't drank a beer since the winter of '99. And when my life started falling apart, that's the first place I ran. Started drinking a lot. Got wrapped up in some drugs, bad groups, hanging out with some crazy people. I had motorcycles, ran around the bars, strip clubs, whatever. Got addicted to cocaine, strung out, but God is good, bro. God brought me back from all of that, straightened me up, got my head straight. By the grace of God, I got away from that. That's one reason why I live where I live, because in order to overcome something, I don't care what it is, in order to overcome something, you have to remove yourself. And that's what I did. I removed myself. I removed myself from everybody. I moved up here. I deleted everybody's freaking phone number that I had in my phone. I blocked them on social media. And that's how, well, by the grace of God, but that's how I got clean. I had to get away from everybody. Yeah. God is good, bro. God is good. Beating a cocaine addiction, man, it's rough. Yeah. It's rough. But it was triggers, you know. That's the alcohol. That's why I can't drink. You get drinking alcohol, it just takes a couple beers, man. That's the first thing that hits me in the head, you know, because it wasn't so much. Well, I mean, it was a rush, but the cocaine addiction kept me from getting drunk. I called it Narcan. That's what I called it. Of course, it's Narcan for a whole lot of different things. Anyways, I had some crazy freaking parties, man. Jeez. Bad. But you know what's awesome about all that, man? Is this. It's no matter where I went or what I did, the grace of God was always with me. I'll tell you what happened one night. I was blown out on cocaine. I drank about a case of beer. 3 o'clock in the morning, about 2:30 in the morning. And I'm following a bunch of people. There's 3 cars. And we're going from one city to another city. And we get back in these housing complexes. And this dude that we're following, he's just all over the freaking place. He'd go down one. I don't know what he was doing. Anyways, we pulled onto the street where the house was that we were apparently going to. I didn't know. As soon as we pulled onto the street, I'm the last car in a row. Boop, boop. Red lights, blue lights. Let me up, pulled me over. Mind you, I got about a case of beer in me, 2 grams of cocaine sitting beside me, and I got an open beer in the pop holder, or the cup holder. So I pulled over, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm going to prison. I'm going to prison, bro. You know. But and I never said anything. I just accepted fate. It is what it is. As the cop is coming up beside the car, I hear his radio chime off, CCW, because I have CCW. And he walked up and said, "Hey, Mr. Combs, you got your driver's license?" I'm like, "Sure." I handed it to him because I pulled you over because I couldn't see your plate, which I knew he was lying because he'd already run my tag. You know what I mean? And I'm just sitting there, I'm thinking, I've got 2 choices. One, I can just accept fate, leave it in God's hands, or I'm going to bust that 2 grams of cocaine down my nose and throw the beer all over the place and act crazy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I get away with it. So I just gave it to God right there. Said, just leave it in your hands, Lord. 2 seconds later, the cop walks up and hands me my driver's license, 3 o'clock in the morning. And he says, "Have a good afternoon, Mr. Combs." Dude, I just walked away from a prison sentence. You know what my foolishness did? Went on over to the house and did 2 grams of cocaine. That's how stupid I was. But God's grace and God's mercy, man. It's good stuff, bro. Good stuff. He got me through it. What's up? G-L. Man, I cannot pronounce your name, bro. That's awesome, T-Mac. Rehab in 84. Jeez. 84 was that in 84? Dude, I was in high school in 84. Wow. I'm glad you got through it though, bro. I'm glad you got through it. What's up? Rosendo. I cannot pronounce your name, bro. What's up? I'm doing good, though. Rose? I need to learn Spanish, brother. Sorry. Please. I can't even come up with a nickname for you, man. Call you Rose and Rose. I'm sorry, man. I can't pronounce that. But I'm doing good, buddy. Thanks for sharing, my friend. Amen. Yeah. God's good, bro. God's good. I've seen some crazy stuff, man. I wouldn't wish an addiction on anybody. I smoke. I've smoked since I was 10 years old, bro. I'm 52 years old. I'm not a chain smoker, though. It's more of a habit. That was kind of funny. But yeah, I don't condone smoking, but I don't do a lot of it. Caring is sharing, bro. TMI. I guess I needed to get that out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but I guess I needed to get that out. Just let that go, you know? Because there's some people that know my story. You know? It's like my tattoos. I'll tell you, story. That is the Scarecrow. A Tin Man and the Lion. Oh yeah. Like cocaine got my tooth too. Pop-pop. Out comes the tooth. Anyways, that's why also I'm going to get fixed up this year. Anyways, TMI. So, Scarecrow. What Scarecrow want? He wanted wisdom. The Tin Man, he wanted the heart of compassion. And the Lion wanted courage. Courage to overcome those things that he can't control. You know what I'm saying? So my tattoos are a reminder of the things that God's given me. You know, the crazy one is this vine. I have a vine. It starts here on my finger, goes all the way up my arm, and wraps around my arm. That is a mockery of my marriage. Jason. Rob White. What do I not like about doing apartment maintenance? Work orders with tenants that want to schedule you. I don't play that game. I hate it. They put in work order, but then they don't want you in their apartment. You know, I can't fix it if I can't get in it. John. See what you got. What the hell of a story. Happy to hear it clean now. That was not like about you and your channel. You keep it real. I appreciate it, bro. John, I appreciate it, man. It's the only way to be, man. Real. You know? I can't fix stuff and show you guys how to fix stuff, you know, and be a false prophet about it. You know what I mean? You know, I watch a lot of channels and I can't understand what they're doing. They bang their camera around all day, you know, but don't fix anything. I try to show people how to fix stuff the right way, you know. Shaq Zilla. I'm struggling with alcohol for 30-year-old. I appreciate you saying. I'm sorry, bro, that you're struggling with alcohol. It's rough, man. Alcohol is the devil woman, all in its freaking self. Alcohol. The problem with alcohol is it lowers your ability to think rational. You know, and a lot of people get. A lot of people are like social drinkers, and they like to drink because they relax, and they think they're being more themselves and able to be friendly and joking around where normally they wouldn't be like that. But actually, in reality, you're just acting like an ass. But everybody else is too, so you think it's funny until you wake up next day and your freaking brain hurts. And I can say it, bro. I can say this because I've been there. You know, my addiction was a couple beers, and it relaxed me enough where I could interact with people. But then the cocaine amped me up, and then I was everybody's freaking best friend. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about social addiction either, bro. I'm talking about $1,600 to $2,000 a month cocaine habit. Pow, gone every month. But I still paid my bills. I still carried myself like normal. Anyways. Alcoholism, man, that's a devil in itself, man. It really is. You really, like with me, the only way that I could break the addiction was to get away from everybody. You know, like people want to go into rehab. Okay, you're going into rehab, and now you're boxed in with a bunch of other people that are there to get help. You see what I'm saying? You're boxed in with other addicts to try to overcome an addiction that you all have. And I understand rehab, so don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing rehab. Some people need it. To each his own. you know? But I was not given, I didn't have the choice to go to rehab. You know, and nobody's going to take care of me. I got nobody to take care of me. It's just me. I lost everything. I lost my family. I lost everything. So I have to you prayed about it a lot. Of course, you know, God listened to you, a drug addict. You think he don't? He put you in a spot, bro, and clean you up real quick. So for me, I just had to get away from it. I had to leave everything because I was fine. Here, it's a trigger. You got to know your triggers, man. My trigger was I could work all week long and not think twice about drugs and alcohol and hanging out with people. I could do it. But as soon as that freaking phone rang on Friday, people want to know where I'm at. What are you doing, man? That's the devil whispering to me. You know? And then I'm thinking, well, you know, I'll just go out and have a couple beers, blah, blah. Nope. 5 o'clock the next morning before I got home. And then I got to sleep it off. Anyways, too much. That was one hell of a story. Happy to hear you're good. Yeah. I'm struggling with alcoholism. Came back on let's scooter. May the Lord come upon me. Yeah. Oh God, trust me, bro. God in me. Woo. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for God. God, the grace of God, man. Grace of God. Of course, you know, on top of everything else, I'm bipolar. I'm manic bipolar. And I know it. Because you guys don't deal with me on a daily basis. So I'm manic bipolar. One day, and that's worse than a freaking drug addiction, man. To deal with your own mind. That works like a yo-yo. If you guys don't know what manic bipolar is, it's crazy, bro. One day I'm happy. I get dirt in my food and be happy. Woo-hoo. Next day I'm crying and sad and freaking hate the world. One day I'm laid up with my dogs, weaving or whatever, you know, all messed up. Next day I'm hating the world. But it comes in cycles, you know. It's like drug addiction. It comes in cycles. So I'll be good for a month, maybe 2 months, and then I'll start to crash. Start to go back down, get all depressed. Pretty rough. That's why I got my dogs. My dogs are my happy place. By the grace of God, I got my dogs because of God. And Puddles and Stella, they're sisters. But it's kind of messed up. But Stella's brother knocked the mom up, and that's how I got Puddles. Anyways, it's funny. But Puddles and Stella is my emotional support animals. They keep me grounded. They keep me home. Now I've become addicted to them, and I don't want to leave them for more than 4 hours at a time. So they keep me grounded. It's good to have a grounding, you know. Anyways, TMI. What kind of work do you do, John? I think you already told me. Oh yeah, I'm also, I have a short-term memory issue. I don't know where that came from. I acquired it one day. About like a pop, you know, like a wrench. I just acquired it one day. Maintenance supervisor now. Not a boy. Been there, done that. Never do that again. I got a pretty sweet little gig here, man. God's blessed me, man. I'm telling you, God's blessed me. This job, the manager, she's been here for like 5 years before I got here, and I've been here for 2 years. She's an older lady. She's going to retire from here. So will I. Um, but we work really good together. She knows I'm bipolar, so she knows when I'm having a bad week. T-Mac. I don't understand that question, T-Mac, or the comment. Um, yeah, supervisor, man, it's a rough little gig. It's kind of like being a McDonald's manager. You know, they just pay you a couple more bucks than everybody else and expect you to do all their work. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's because, the less stress. Because where I came from, I dealt with everything. I did the ordering. I dealt with I scheduled in for the cleaning, the carpet, painters, everything. I did everything. So the manager could sit in the freaking office and collect her monthly bonus. You know what I'm saying? Manager didn't do jack. We had a leasing agent, and she did more than the manager. But to come from that to here, wow. Basically, I'm my own supervisor because no one tells me what to do all day. Like at a regular apartment complex, everybody comes in at 8 o'clock, clocks in to do the grounds, and then they huddle together to figure out what's going to happen and who's going to do what and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody spurts out and goes do the thing. Not here. She doesn't, my manager doesn't tell me what to do. She doesn't say we got to have A, B, and C done by the end of the month. Nothing. I'm a self-motivator, so I do my own thing. Like the work orders, I just go do what needs to be done each day. I get my work orders. All my work orders are usually done by the end of the day. All of them. So I start each day fresh where I got no work orders. So I always find projects to do, like the hallways in the 3-story buildings. Last year I did 2 of them. I went through and painted all the entire freaking staircase, both of them. And then I was going to start on the 3rd one, but then I got ACs and blah, blah, blah. So this year, and I already told her about it, I said my game plan was to try to knock out some more of these staircases because they get beat up real bad. And it's a budgetary thing. She could pay the painter to go down and do it. He'd probably charge her $300 a hallway. But I don't have anything else to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to rehab. I don't have to paint the apartments. I don't have to clean them. The only thing I do is do the basic repairs and bounce and do some work orders. So for me to run it and try to clean up the hallways, to save the property money, why not? And you ever been accused of stealing from an apartment? No. I've never been accused of that. I also am very cautious about going in apartments where there's any kind of children on the lease. It's usually summertime you got to watch that because kids get out, for the summer. I have one apartment that she has a son and a daughter, and the son goes to school down the street, and I lived in the building, and he got home about 3 o'clock every day. Well, it didn't dawn on me that he was out for summer break, and one day I knocked on the door and he didn't answer. It was over an AC call. She put the freaking work order in, and she didn't tell me he was home. So I go in there, and I'm like, I gotta kill the AC, so I bang on the door because it was shut, the bedroom door. And the freaking kid sitting in there playing video games. I'm like, whoa, go, I'm out, But see, you gotta watch your back on stuff like that, especially these females. You gotta watch your back on females, man. That's the reason why I usually always have this on me. This is my GoPro for around my neck. And then my GoPro clicks on there. It's easy access getting on and off. Unless I'm doing projects, and then I got my tripod for the GoPro. That way I can extend it up real high. But never been accused of stealing anything. Of course, the reason, because if I've got a work order for a kitchen sink drain, that's where I'm at. If I got a work order for an AC, that's where I'm at. I have, nor anyone else has any business being in any bedroom for anything unless it's on the work order. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all over the place. You can look it up YouTube. Maintenance man caught, you know, because nowadays everything's freaking recorded. You got to watch yourself because you never know who's got a nanny cam, you know, in their apartment. You know, you really got to watch yourself. And I don't know, I don't know if maybe I started the trend or what, I don't know. But when I was in the other building, I had a Ring door cam. I did a video about how to freaking install one, you know, on an apartment door. Anyways, and it was there shortly after that. It seemed like every freaking apartment, or at least every floor, someone had a Ring doorbell. You know? So yeah, it's not just the door you have to worry about. Because you can get the Ring doorbells for inside your, or the Ring cams for in your apartment. They're about that tall. Yeah. They're about this big. That's a little bitty thing. That's about 3 inches tall. You can put them anywhere. I've got 3. I have 2 inside my apartment and 1 outside on the door. And then I have 2 here at the shop. 1 out there in the parking lot and 1 inside the tent where my truck is. So you just got to watch yourself. Yeah. Well, yeah. Karma gets you, bro. Yep. Thieves, you always gonna get caught. I don't care who you are. You're gonna get caught. Just that here in where I live at, because I have the Ring. It is a social network kind of deal. So if you've got Ring in your area, you can open your viewing area on Ring, and anything inside of that circle, it will notify you via email that there's some crap going down. And you can log on to your Ring app, and it'll show you, you know, you've got notification. Well, somewhere's in that circle, something's going down. Most of the time, you get these stupid Karens on there, and they love to post these pictures. I found a kitten under my cat in the yard. I don't really care, bro. Or dogs walking around. But then here lately, there's been a lot of cameras catching people trying to get in cars, you know, on the other side of the city. But you just always gotta watch yourself. Did I miss anybody? John is a maintenance man. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, them Rings are nice, man. I like the 2, the 2 outside, they're spotlight, or no, they're security cams. They're about that big, and they got 2 lights on each side, 1 on each side, and then the camera's in the middle. And it'll pick up motion in the dark, and I can see in the dark, but if there's movement, it kicks the lights on. You know, it lights up. They weren't too bad, and they're Wi-Fi, and they're batteries. So the batteries last a long time, about a week. 1 battery lasts a week. And here in the shop, I have a tablet that's work tablet, and it has hotspot on it. So I turn the hotspot on and jump the 2 cameras off. The reason why is because we had a freaking crazy woman right here at the... She went around macing everybody's door. Crazy lady, man. So when I put the cameras up, because I figured she was going to try to do something to the shop or to my truck, because the truck sits behind the shop. Um, when she saw the camera, she got all upset and butthurt about it. So she took my camera down, laid it on the ground, then called the cops and told the cops she did it. So I pressed charges against her for it because that's vandalism without destruction. So the cops came, wrote up. I've already had to go to court once already, but they put a, if she doesn't show up for court the second time, which is I think it's the first of the month or something like that. If she doesn't show up, there'll be a warrant put out for her arrest. She's crazy. Can you more AC videos? Would like to know more. What would you like to know? I love ACs, bro. I love them. You can watch HVAC guy. Now he does a lot of them daily service calls. I speed him up, man, because he records too much. I don't need to see you unscrewing the freaking door. You know what I mean? But HVAC guy, he does a lot of freaking videos. And then you got HVAC. What is that guy's name? He does commercial. He doesn't do too many videos anymore. People still, can you make more AC videos? Jonathan, what do you want to know about AC? I can tell you this, if you do AC, you need to get your digital gauges, man. Get rid of the freaking hose. Get rid of the devil, man. The hoses, man, will cause you more problems than anything. Because if you let oxygen into the system, trash. Mess it up. I can tell you that much. I love my gauges. Testo. I have short-term memory issues. I know what I'm doing, but I forget what it's called. Anyways, Testos are the bomb, man. Let me get them out real quick. I can't. They're buried. I'll show you. Back underneath the shop bag. Sorry. Anyways, Testos. You can get the field piece too. Field piece. I feel that field piece is it's the same freaking concept, but field piece is like kind of like buying Oakley sunglasses. You know, you're buying the name. Field piece got a lot of really nice stuff. If you can afford to buy field piece, go for it. I like Testos because it's short, simple, to the point. Their app is easy peasy. It tells you what's going on. I don't need all that. Now, if you work in commercial, you know, if you do a lot of HVAC, yeah, field piece, man, their app is the bomb. But Testo is just as good. I got the air temperature speeds, all of it, man. And I can set up within just a matter of minutes. I can have my stuff on the front or on the AC, my sensors in the vents, air reading, the whole 9 yards, and I can sit down in the apartment and I can basically figure out what's going on without having to bust the tank out, you know. EPA license, yeah. Gotta get it, man. Much of the HVAC companies, supply houses, they do the classes, man, where you can go take the test. It's just a certificate saying you passed the EPA test. It's stupid. I think it's stupid. Anyways, I went to college for HVAC. So I'm getting my EPA. I work maintenance. Jonathan, maintenance. What city you work in, Jonathan? Or what state? Ain't getting all personal. I like the Testo temp clamps. HVAC guy. He's funny, man. He'll put his field piece temperature probes on the outside unit and run them back and forth. I'm like, dude, you gonna wear them down. He does it every time, though. I love to test those, man. I could probably get them out. It ain't that big a deal. I stuck them down there today to get them out of the way. So don't ask me, man. I think it's called anemometer, whatever. Freaking air temperature. You turn the little doors on them. You open the little windows. Keep them closed so you don't get them dirt in there. But these are magnets, and you put one on your return and one on your supply. I just turned it on. And then I love this one. This will read your airspeed, how many cubic foot of air is moving per minute, how much humidity is in the air, all kinds of good stuff with this. I love it. This, there's a good one for you. This right here, this little tool right here. I got a call for an HVAC. The guy said, hey man, my bedrooms are not working right, blah, 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 blah. You know, okay. So I went in there with that and with these two, put the probes in, get the temperature going, see what the split is, and then took this one around to all the vents, because my vents are in the ceiling. Real quick figured out that the bedroom, the back bedroom and the living room was only getting like 400 CFM. That's not enough, man. But the kitchen was getting over 1200 CFM. We're just going to shut that door. Shut that door, and it pushed air out the other side. I raised that up to about, I think it was like 700-800 CFM out of those two vents again. Fixed that problem. And then I shut the one at the end of the hallway, which was blowing into dining room area. And I told the guys to just leave that shut and leave the kitchen barely cracked. That way you circulate that air around in the apartment. Fixed the problem. This little guy right here saved the day, man. Saved the day. Because had I not had that, I wouldn't have known. You'd been doing the old maintenance trick, hold your hand up there. Yeah, there's cold air coming out. I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no air. Anyways. Then we got your Testos. Mine are the first gen. These are your temperature clamps for your line set. And then there's my gauges. Ooh. Yeah, whatever. This is my vacuum gauge. And then high side, low side. High side's got the low loss fitting on it. These are the bomb, man. I love them. Because with the low loss fitting, I can screw it on there and don't get my fingers burnt. And there's usually not enough, because they're shorties, it kicks it off real quick. So those are really freaking nice. They're not that expensive either. I bought my gauges over a period of time. This and the high and low side gauges, I bought those years ago. Like I said, it's first generation. First gen. The second gen, which I almost bought them. They're a little bit on the pricey side, about $600. But the only real difference is that the second gen can read Bluetooth for like 300 foot. For me, that's really nice, because if I have an AC on the second floor and I'm on the rooftop, it's got strong enough signal I can read it through the apartments. You know what I'm saying? That'd be the only reason. Unless you want to hook your gauges up and go sit in your freaking car. Anyways, just on Texas, boy, I bet you're hot down there in Texas. Of course, you guys got dry heat down there. I've been through. I drove across country after my divorce, bought an RV and drove across country to experience, the other side of the United States. Because I was born in PA, grew up in Kentucky and Ohio, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But so I've always been in the East Coast. So when I was split and I didn't have no ties, I took off and went west. I drove across country. Pretty interesting. Texas, a little interesting. Culture shock. For me, it was culture shock. Because, when you live in one little circle all your life, you're used to people being a certain way, talking a certain way, looking a certain way, whatever. I'm not racist. Just saying, bro. So I get out to Texas, and when I got out there, it was majority Native American and Mexican, and I fit in with anybody. I don't give a shit who you are, but it's just a different culture out west. The people in Arizona were cool. I like the people in Arizona. I didn't have a problem with people in Texas. Just, Vegas was a little on the strange side. Where else? Do not like Illinois at freaking all. Driving across it. Freaking non-stop. The roads are real small. Rochester, New York. In the house. I went to Newark. Drove a big ass truck out there once. Took a load of factory supplies or something out there. I was young. It was extra money. Straight there, straight back. 24 hours. No, won't do that again. Well, dude, it's 10 o'clock, man. I've been on here for 2 hours. Gavin. Look, man, you guys, man, I bet you guys hate that freaking, that smoke. Dude, I saw pictures, videos today from New York. Dude, that's horrible. The air quality's like nasty from all that smoke from Canada. We got it here today. I mean, we've had it this week. It wasn't too bad. You can see it in, just looking outside. You can just barely see it. But after 7 p.m. today, actually, I'm on my way over here to the shop. It was horrible. I mean, about burn your nose. Yeah, but yeah, it's horrible, man. How many hundreds of thousands of acres, man, have burnt to the freaking ground? I don't know if you guys watched that conspiracy, but the satellite imaging from those fires that started in Canada started all at the same time. And that wasn't next door either, bro. That was over like a couple 100-mile stretch that those fires started, and there was no lightning, no storm, blue skies. Talk about the government trying to burn you out. What just happened? Something just happened. The camera went off. Anyways, I wonder if my battery's dying. Yeah, it's pretty low. Pretty burnt low. Anyways, guess I'm gonna call it a day on this. I really enjoyed talking to you guys today. If you like doing these live streams, man, let me know. I'm gonna try to get somebody with me. That'd be cool. Maybe I get number 5 over here. I don't hate him. Just the manager split us. I don't know what's up with that. 2 hours, bro. Love you, T-Mac. Hope your eyes get healed up real good. They will. I believe in it. I pray for it. Father God, I thank you for this day. I thank you for the people that came to the channel today. Father, I pray that you bless their day. I pray that you would heal them. I pray that you would guide them and give them wisdom. Give them a clean heart, Lord. I pray for T-Mac. I pray for his eyes to be healed. I do every day too. And I pray this in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen. You guys have a blessed evening. Be kind. Love your neighbor. We'll see you later, man.